Hello folks, Razan business person here from independentsuccess.com. In this video I will show you 9 side responsibilities to bring in additional cash from home, and 20 these are things that you can get compensated to do online without truly being a full-time representative by and large, so they can be independent. They can be your own little side business. Some of them will take even part-time representatives, and they permit you to bring in some additional cash from home. They may not be full-time vocations, generally speaking, however some of them can be, so I'll show you better places you can go. You can go various kinds of chances you can do that will cover an extensive variety of various ranges of abilities, so that there must be something here that truly connects with what you're great at. So the principal side work I need to suggest is simply doing stuff for Amazon. Has this thing called the Amazon Mechanical Turk, and what it does is it permits you to telecommute as essentially a consultant and bring in some additional cash simply by chipping away at little fascinating undertakings. So if you have any desire to do what they call human knowledge undertakings, bring in cash by simply assisting their site, taking a gander at various things. A couple of models on here can take a gander at their ongoing position accessible right now. You want to enter explicit qualities showed in the picture, decipher some stuff, find telephone numbers and email, tends to gather printing information for a site, things like that. Super simple. They even have some interpretation stuff, exceptionally simple things that you can look at and attempt and do in your extra time, so you needn't bother with a ton of huge experience and activities, stuff like that. They have client capabilities. What occupations are accessible? They have north of 609,000, similarly as with me making this video. And you can deal with your record across the board, put on radio, and you're doing additional stuff for Amazon and aiding them out with various things that assist their business with numbering too. You can do TaskRabbit, and TaskRabbit is all the more a nearby startup as far as it's a web-based business. It's a web-based site obviously, yet it permits you to look for employment. Additional things that you can do at your area or around the area that you live in. So get it, assuming you need to be a jack of all trades or convenient lady, fix a few lines for someone or do some rooftop fixes for someone, things like that, clean and stuff, perhaps get a couple of things done, form some furniture, move some kind of thing around, those kinds of things. These only tasks in regular day-to-day existence type stuff tasks. Those are the sorts of things you can do on TaskRabbit, bring cash on the web. And you might try and have the option to do a couple of things online for individuals, like list advertisement for someone there. It truly can be just about anything, so a portion of it's web-based, some of them a few things may be disconnected, and they truly can cover pretty much everything except you're assisting your area out. Number 3, with canning, do some composition. So composing, obviously there's various ways of bringing in cash. Composing, it's not something you need to do full-time, it's entirely adaptable, and you can do a ton without being a worker of a particular organization. So if you have any desire to do independent composition, for example, you could begin on Fiverr. Offers $5 and $10 and $15 gigs. You post a gig, individuals request through Fiverr, individuals pay you through Fiverr, you get your cash in a PayPal account, then you can store it or utilize. So it's extremely simple to get compensated. Simple to get clients. There's a ton of traffic on this site, so there's a ton of potential. This is for the most part lower in things that you would offer, so you could interpret some stuff for individuals, or you could compose a short blog entry for say 300 words would be a normal blog entry for say $5, and you can increase it the whole way to $200 or $300 for each gig or per independent composing offer. So it very well may be increased a lot if you have any desire to take it to the powerful. I would suggest Upwork for outsourcing. You go up here and become a consultant. In the upper right corner, click that button, join, finish up your profile, and you can begin going after various positions that become accessible from business people, organizations, and so on. Yet composing is one of the fundamental classes, as you can see down here. Blog scholars, content essayists, publicists, relying upon what sort of thinking of you could do. You could get compensated $30-40 hour, or really relying upon your clients. Yet these will be recruiting clients on Upwork than on Fiverr, and your opposition may be somewhat more gifted. Yet in the event that you work really hard, you get great surveys, and you have experience, then you can truly establish yourself, and you can get a lot of work in your extra time spending work. If you have any desire to do some contributing to a blog for individuals and get compensated for each post just by the post, $50 or more, this is a spot here called Get by Composing Quiet, and you can find 92 sites that pay journalists $50 or more for every post. So you can compose a short, you can compose a blog entry at $850 or more, and this is a rundown. Various destinations that offer this sort of stuff, and this was continuously being further developed. It's continuously being refreshed many years, so these are current. So I'll have a connection to that page for you. Yet somewhere else to do contributing to blog and do your composing. That way you can post occupations on ProBlogger, or you can secure positions in Genius Blogger. There's a ton of agreement occupations, there's independent positions, there's even a couple of full-time positions as scholars. Various ventures relying upon what you realize a ton about. You could apply for various ones, and a ton of these are totally online. It doesn't significantly make any difference where you're found, so you'll see some that are remote or that say anyplace. The majority of these are not area-based, so you can work totally from home, and before you can do a few records. So records are fundamentally when you take a sound, whether it's a digital broadcast or music or a video or something to that effect. Afterward, you transform it into message. So assuming you're a quick typer, assuming that you're great at tuning and making out words regardless of whether there's a compliment or whether it's occasionally hazy, then translate me may be an extraordinary method for bringing in some additional cash. Doing a few records. You can likewise do these administrations on Upwork, Fiverr, different spots like that. Even the Amazon Mechanical Turk needs a few records now and again, yet to have some expertise in doing that and transforming different sound record into words super effectively. Then you can bring in cash, which you can copyist me. Something else you can do is trying and utilize your criticism. So assuming you have some additional time, one of the coolest and most fascinating ways I remember to bring in additional cash is to do some testing for new applications, new models of items, new sites. You might try and get to see a couple of things before they become accessible to people in general, and you can give them a shot. You give your input level of intelligence, test them out. You do basically all that could be within reach with the application or the product to ensure that you can assist the business with figuring out every one of the issues and every one of the mistakes, however much as could be expected prior to sending off. And it's an incredible method for bringing in some additional cash. Online client testing.com is one of the most amazing spots to get everything rolling here. They're one of the greatest in the business. You can click here that says get compensated to test and get everything rolling. There's different ones too. There's 10 others that you should seriously mull over, like Enlist. You have Fire Up with testing time, Attempt MIUI, various ones that work in various things. Yet I most certainly would suggest that you give a portion of those a shot if you have any desire to bring in some additional cash and you need to evaluate a few new items and sites and stuff that you might be keen on. Number 6, you can do some visual depiction. So assuming that you're genuinely creative, there's a variety of ways that you can bring in cash from that. Now you could begin an Etsy store, you could sell some stuff on eBay. Yet it could be better assuming you plan logos, configuration, book covers. You can do that on Fiverr Designs and plan one of the top classifications. Ordinarily, individuals will sell things like loadout logo plans, digital book covers, and things like that. To the extent that visual communication happens here, or they could make an infographic for you. Upwork would be somewhat more high finish. Obviously, you can do some visual computerization there, and here's a couple of models: visual fashioners, movement design specialists. You could try and get into certain activities and things like that with Upwork, since they have recruiting clients, or on the other hand, to work with a particular organization that permits you to contend and bring in cash as only a visual creator, and where all the traffic to the site. Individuals searching for visual computerization needs like names for items like shirt plans, like logos and things like that. Even vehicle wraps, like you can see there. 99 Designs may be the spot to go now. They're one of the most very good quality, most notable visual depiction online organizations where individuals contend when a request is made for a specific sort of plan. So if I, as a business visionary, had any desire to go request something perhaps for an item mark, I would go to 99 Plans. I'd pay $200 or $300, and you, as a visual fashioner and some others, would contend to give me the best plan. Whoever's plan I pick gets compensated a ton, and you can sort of get a wide range of fascinating new ventures. With regards to your extra time with this organization, to begin with 99 Plans, you can go to the lower part of their landing page at 99plans.com and click Become a Planner down here right above subsidiaries. Likewise, one more contender of theirs, Plan Swarm, which is somewhat of in the middle between cost. It's somewhat less expensive, I think, than 99 Plans, yet its equivalent fundamental idea. You rival other visual creators to get the plan. So in the event that you're into visual computerization, those several sites you could look at. Number 7, you can be a false attendant, so you can assist various legal counselors, examiners, with aiding them sort of training and help with various situations that might actually occur with preliminaries that are online that aren't genuine. Obviously, you're not truly a piece of a homicide case or everything, except it permits an extremely high strain position as a legal advisor or an investigator to get some training, and you sort of do rehearse preliminaries and things like that. One of them is a jury quiet, not the most noteworthy looking webpage on the planet, yet it's extremely clear, and they especially center around finishing things and rehearsing for lawyers and having imagined hearers, so you can essentially assist with online preliminaries and get compensated to do this in your extra time. A couple of different destinations like this are Jury Talk, Online Decision Goal, Risk Research. A jury explicitly, you'll get around $5 to $10 for each case, and those are Only a couple of different choices that you have all the connection to this page for you, assuming you need more data on it, yet it's sort of something fascinating to do. Number 8, you can do web crawler assessment. So I like this one since it permits you to sort of assist with looking through motors, and web search tools rake in boatloads of cache and they get a ton of traffic, so it's exceptionally fascinating to perceive how they work, and you get to see a tad about that through locales like Jump, Fourth, and Lionspan, which is a brilliant group quiet, and these permit you to essentially assist with looking through motors like Google. Obviously, web search tools additionally incorporate Hooray, Bing. Those are the three primary ones at the present time, and they permit you to assist with improving web search tools. Help results be better and sort of get a viewpoint from a genuine individual rather than depending on calculations and mistakes and things. Appreciate that machine's concocted as sort of a contextual analysis on how this functions. I'll have a connection to this page for you called How to Get Compensated $12 an Hour as a Web Search Tool Evaluator. This person on the penny hoarder quiet rakes in tons of cash from arbitrary stuff that you could never imagine. He discusses how you bring in cash helping web search tools so you get to telecommute. You can work when you like. Obviously, that is somewhat the general purpose of this video. And you fundamentally assist with looking through motors. You need to follow your own hours. You need to stay aware of your duties and stuff, yet that essentially applies to pretty much any work, and it's truly not something where you're a full-time representative. You're only sort of independent aiding them, so you have a pin steward. He'll stand by power. Lionspan's the principal ones that give this, yet web search tools I believe are extremely intriguing. Number 9, to wrap things up, you can turn into a part-time menial helper. So to secure menial helper positions as opposed to being a full-time remote helper, you can take care of business by the gig, and you can go to menialhelpers.com to get a menial helper line of work load up, and this can permit you to view various things that need is done internet-based that can assist with bookkeeping, charging, web-based entertainment, advancement, doing various things regularly like business visionaries need things done that they lack opportunity and energy to do, and menial helpers can deal with essentially that multitude of errands. They normally guide you, and it permits you to follow bit by bit what you want to do and assist them with saving time and bringing complete cash doing it. Another, to join a greater amount of like a firm that accomplishes remote helper work. You can attempt errands shot or a few different ones that are perhaps more neighborhood to you, yet remote helper administrations are presented all over the planet, and you can get clients all over the planet and essentially adhering to directions of your client and doing straightforward undertakings for them. So assuming that you got something from this video, so in the event that you feel like you found out about a fascinating ways of finding a sideline of work without really being a full-time representative and bring in some additional cash for yourself or for your families, and kindly like and buy and so and make more recordings like this for you. In the event that there are a few opposite side positions that are similar to this where you're somewhere close to a specialist and a part-time worker that you can get compensated to manage without a ton of involvement, kindly let me know. For individuals watching this video so they can see different choices they have and to tell me about in the video, you need let me in on your opinion on the video. Let me in on in the remarks. I'd very much want to hear from you, and I'm continuously hoping to further develop these recordings, improve them, so let me know. And every one of the assets, joins, show notes, and related content to the video will be in one page at independentsuccess.com under the title of the video. Likewise, you can track down a connection to that page in the YouTube video depiction. So other than that, trust you partook in the video, and I want to believe that you have an extraordinary day.